clever people! Welcome to Clever Movie Reviews. This is me, Robert Burke.
And me, Connor Gilbert.
Now, we are going to be reviewing the new Goosebumps film that just came out. We got a screening of it last night. So, Connor, what is this movie about?
Okay, Goosebumps is about the Goosebumps books and the Goosebumps monsters coming to life after the books being unlocked. I won't spoil anything, but overall it's a pretty good movie. It stars Jack Black, Dylan Minnette, and Odeya Rush. What do you think about it?
I actually quite enjoyed the movie. I thought that it had some great directing at times. I thought that it was smoothly paced. It never really lost its tone. It kept a consistent tone of keeping humor and horror at the same time. It's hard for movies to do that sometimes. Sometimes movies will try to be a horror movie and include humor, and sometimes it doesn't balance out too well. But in this movie, the horror really balanced well with the humor.
Yeah, I found it very similar to The Visit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, not as intensive. Yeah, but it was pretty funny. Don't you agree?
I agree that it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
There was a Stephen King joke in there that was
there were multiple Stephen King jokes about The Shining and comparing Stephen King to R.L. Stein, and there were some pretty good jokes in there. What were some things that you didn't like about the movie necessarily?
Okay, I thought once
the girl?
Yeah, once something happens to the girl, you predicted the end of the movie. It was really predictable.
It was a bit cliche at times. You could kind of see, you're like, okay, this subplot's going to be here, this subplot's going to be here, this subplot's going to be here. And a lot of that, I think, is due to the writing. The writing seemed kind of off balance. It didn't really feel necessarily like it's what real humans would say, which is what you want in writing. In writing, you really want what someone says on written page to sound like what someone would say in a normal situation. And I think that some of the writing and the cliche just kind of didn't make it that good. I mean, maybe it was the actors. I thought that the actors were okay. Jack Black, I thought, was great. He was great as the character that he played, but some of the other teenagers were kind of Yeah, it kind of felt like a video game, didn't you find?
Yes, I thought it was very low in plot at times. Like, once Slappy got his revenge and he was starting to get his revenge, it was boss fight after boss fight after boss fight, and it was no plot. It was just fight, which I'm okay with until like it was basically half the movie though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and kids will enjoy that. I believe that this movie, I mean, you can take, there's some kids movies where, the kid wants to go with his mother or father, and then their father is sitting there like, oh, why did I go to this? Why did I go to this? But this one won't do that, but it is a bit aimed more towards kids, and that's probably how it got a PG rating, because there was some intensive stuff in that. There was some talk about drugs, and
there was someone trying to choke to death.
Yeah, it was, another thing I didn't like is sometimes they had, this is my most annoying thing in horror, which is the fake jump scares, where I thought it was fine. I mean, it wasn't like a total scream, like, yeah.
It was like, ah, gotcha! It wasn't like that.
Yeah, it's just, I wish that they would have been a little bit more, and, a little bit more serious about the jump scares, but overall, what would you say that your score would be for the movie?
I would give it I'd say an 8.2.
8.2. I'm going to give it a little bit lower. I'm giving it a 6.25. I think it's enjoyable. Kids will like it. I just don't picture myself ever seeing this movie again, mostly because of some of the cliche things in it and the writing.
Yeah, but also, what I do really like about this movie is there are two actors I really like. I really like Jack Black, and I also like Odeya Rush, and I went home like, I know her from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and one of my favorite movies I had ever watched was Odd Life of Timothy Green, which I completely forgot of.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, I forgot that she was in that. Did she play the mother?
No, she played the the best friend of Timothy Green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now is the time where we compare it to two other movies. So the movies that we're comparing it this time are both Jack Black movies. We're comparing School of Rock, also a kids movie, and Jack Black, and Kung Fu Panda.
I don't think School of Rock is a kids movie. I think that's more of a comedy.
Yeah, it's more of a comedy with oh yeah, that's right. It did have a PG-13 rating. I thought it was a PG. It's close to a PG. What did you think of School of Rock?
I love School of Rock.
Yeah.
It was probably one of my favorite movies that year. My favorite Jack Black movie.
Yeah.
And I just think there's some brilliant parts of it. And now that I actually play the electric bass, I look back and I'm like, yay, I actually understand this.
Yeah, School of Rock, I really like how kids can enjoy it as well as the adults at the same time. That's why I kind of thought it was a kid movie. It doesn't focus in on one demographic. It has multiple demographics, and it's really fun. It's the kind of movie that a 12-year-old can pop on with a couple of his friends and enjoy. It could also be shown at a party with 30-year-olds. You know, everyone can pretty much enjoy it, which is rare that you see in family comedies. I mean, Back to the Future is about the only other movie I can think about where, you know, it's more of an adult film that kids will all laugh their butts off at.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is another one, yeah. And then the other one, Kung Fu Panda. What do you think of Kung Fu Panda?
This is my least favorite Jack Black movie. I feel it's so boring. And like when I first watched this, like when you're 6, you're supposed to love movies. You're supposed to. Every movie you see is supposed to be good, right?
Right.
No, I felt this movie is boring. I'm like, what? I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Fight. Yeah.
It's just Kung Fu Panda. It is. I don't think. It could go down as Jack Black's worst movie. I thought that the sequel was much better, and it did have kind of that underdog tone to it. The guy who really wanted to go for it, yet hadn't have a chance, that didn't seem like he had a chance to join, you know, obviously the Massive Sound. But they beat you over the head with that message. They're like, underdogs are good, underdogs are good, underdogs can make it into the big world. It was throughout the entire movie that they were using that, you know, saying. I thought that some of the animation and action in it looked really good, but its plot was kind of fake. It didn't have a super consistent plot. So, what would you give your score of School of Rock? School of Rock, I give a 9. 9. I'd give it an 8. And with Kung Fu Panda? 4.75. I think I'd give it a 5. So what is that average up to? I'm not sure. Goosebumps. Our average was 7.275 for that. So I think that our order, I think we agree on it, is number 1, School of Rock, number 2, Goosebumps, number 3, Kung Fu Panda. School of Rock with an 8.75, Goosebumps with a 7.275, and Kung Fu Panda with a 4.75. Yep, alright. So that concludes our first review. If you liked it, please give this a like and comment. And I am Robert Burke. And I am Connor Gilbert. And thank you for watching. Clever critics.